Stranraer FC on YouTube, sponsored by GT Mortgages. Good evening and welcome to the C&G Systems Stadium for Dumbarton versus Stranraer, the all-important second leg of the Scottish League One playoff semi-final. 0-0 after Saturday's game at Stair Park. I'm Lawrence Nelson, I'm here with Mike McLean and Brian Martin, and I'm going to hand straight over to Mike McLean, who will bring you the Dumbarton lineup.
Three changes to the Dumbarton side from the side that started the game on Saturday, and following enough, it's the three players that were substituted who are staying on the bench, and the replacements start tonight. In goal is number 1 Sam Ramsbottom, 2 Rico Katongo, 5 Morgan Neal, 8 Ross Forbes, 16 Nat Wedderburn, 6 is Stuart Carswell the captain. Thomas Brindley starts, number 17, James Wilson 14, Robert Jones 10, Nick McAllister 18 and James Wallace 9. The substitutes are substitute goalkeeper Jamie Barclay 21 and number 15 Conor Duthie, 11 Adam Frizzell, 4 Rory Langan and 7 Rabin Omar.
And your Stranraer line-up for this one, 2 changes from the first leg. Out go Jamie Hamill and Darryl Duffy, and in come Grant Gallagher as skipper and Rory Payton. That makes your Stranraer line-up. In goals, Greg Fleming. In front of Greg, Scott Robertson, Sean Burns, Ayrton Sonker and Grant Gallagher, Conor McManus, Andy Stirling, Cammy Elliott and Kieran Miller, and Rory Payton and Tam Moore. On the bench, substitute keeper Jamie Walker, Chinky Hilton, Darryl Duffy, Joe Victoria, Tom Devitt, Matt Yates and Josh Walker. Off the box, Stirling sends it over and it comes back out. Sean Burns returns it to Orr out left, and Orr rattles that one out, and that will go for a corner. I'm pretty sure very loud voices come from the Dumbarton dugout. Stirling sends this in, it's headed clear. Back, Sean Burns lifts it into the box, and Ayrton Sonker goes crashing to the deck in the box. This explains the level of volume coming from them, Mike. Okay, and that was aimed at Stirling. Here's Conor McManus, plays it wide for Sean Burns to chase. Burns will reach that. Forbes comes to meet him, but Burns gets the cross in. It's still in the box, and that is hit clear by Thomas Brindley. About 25 yards out. Here it comes. It's on target. Way back across to Nat Wedderburn. Forbes turns. Burns chases him back. Forbes makes progress. Cuts it into the middle. And that is a block from Wallace's shot. That's a thing.
Forbes strikes it and strikes it past. And now what's the referee giving?
He's given a foul against one of the Dumbarton players for.
Lovely with Payton.
Oh, Cammy lost it again. That was a nice first time pass there from Forbes. Wilson pushes it through, the flag is up.
Yeah.
Mounting the attacks.
Mike, we're seeing a different Dumbarton here tonight
absolutely.
so far than what we saw on Saturday.
Ross Forbes dictating the play in the middle of the platform. There he is again.
Look at this.
Look at this. Great ball through to Wilson. Great save by Fleming.
Oh, what a miss.
What a miss that was. I'm seeing a lot of the ball, Brindley, at the moment. And that's another shot well wide. Trying to make things happen, Rory Payton. Ross Forbes, the man who makes things happen for Dumbarton. He finds Brindley. Brindley's been in a revelation this evening. Great ball out wide to Wallace. Wallace into the box. Jones is there, and he's lost his shot.
No, it was 14, Mike. It was
Wilson.
Wilson.
Do you notice Brindley should get this forward to Jones, and Jones breaks. Trouble here for Stranraer. And it's spilled by Fleming, and that's a corner for the home side. Wallace digs it back in. Half-hearted claims from Dumbarton for a handball. Here's Forbes. Forbes again, lifts it in. Wilson forces himself in. Most players are trying to pinch as many yards as possible. And it shouts for the keeper to come, and the keeper does come. Forbes heads it back to the edge of the box. It's still there, and that's a goal. And you could see that when the minute Wilson got a boot to that was net bound, I'm afraid. 36th minute, Dumbarton's top scorer, Jamie Wilson, gets his 5th of the season. Brian Martin, what do you make of that?
Well, Dumbarton deserve it, Lawrence. They've been the better team, you know. We've not really been in the game.
So Andy Stirling with the corner.
Now let's make something of it.
Lifts it to the back post, and that's still there. And bad first touch by Sonker, unfortunately for him. Burns, unfortunately, lifts it for the referee, will surely blow his whistle for half time. And that's it, half time at the C&G Systems Stadium. Dumbarton 1, Stranraer 0. Brian Martin, your thoughts in the first half?
I think we're very fortunate, only one down, Lawrence. We've not really kicked the ball tonight at all. Very, very nervy. We can't get any worse in the second half. We must get better than that, you know.
Signs, Mike, that we were trying to take the ball on the deck towards the end of the half, but as Brian says, we never really got going.
We let Dumbarton take control of the game after the first 5 minutes, and it was only in the last 5 minutes of the half that we came back into it at all by, as you say, getting the ball down the deck and playing it. A lot to play for in the second half, and we've got to be a lot sharper than we were in the first half.
So we won't attempt to compete with the Dumbarton sound system. Half time at the C&G Systems Stadium. Dumbarton 1, Stranraer 0. Join us for the second half. And here's Wilson, and it's out to McAllister on the right. Danger for Stranraer here. Ball into the middle. Jones gets up, headers it wide, and the danger passes for the moment. Scott Robertson aimed at Cammy Elliott. Little shove there by Carswell. Elliott retains possession, lifts it into the box. Here's Rory Payton, and that is forced to go out for a corner. Rico Katongo there, Brian, had to play that one out.
Much better for Stranraer.
And it comes, and it's still there, and it's returned by McManus, and a real tussle on the deck there. Ball breaks from Payton to Orr up the right. Orr sends it in, and it returns to Tam Orr. He'll get another bite at the cherry. Here's Gallagher. Plays it across the box, and the keeper turns it wide at the near post for a Stranraer corner. The second half.
Yep.
11 minutes played since half time. Burns lifts it in, and it's still there for Robertson. Lifts it into the box, and that is cleared here. Kieran Miller in defence. Lifts it out left. Here's Tam Orr.
Oof, the penalty surely.
At least, if not a
Penalty, yeah. Take it. He's stepping up already.
So much better.
That
So
was
much better.
Tam Orr
Great
running at the
searching
defence,
pass.
forced them into action. Clearly, we couldn't see from here where the line was, but clearly brought down. My first reaction was free kick, but it was inside the box, according to Gavin Duncan. And with 12 and a half minutes played of the second half, Rory Payton has the chance to bring this game level. Pressure stuff for the young Dubliner. Gavin Duncan makes sure it's right on the spot. He's obviously worried about that kind of thing.
Well, let's hope he's as cool as he was against Kelty.
For heaven's sake, referee, do you need a slide rule? This is ridiculous.
Obviously, the ball's
It's
got the
not a huge
social
advantage
distance
if
from the
it's an
spot.
inch further forward. Rory Payton. And you have to say that referee Gavin Duncan did not do Stranraer any favours there.
No.
Such a pedantic carry on there, you know, moving the ball 1 inch to the left, 1 inch to the right. Ultimately, you have to say, not a great penalty. This just makes Stranraer all the more determined because they've been playing well in the second half and have been on top in this game.
Aye, but you need to take these chances when they're fought.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
And he's gave it the
How
other
on
way.
earth is that a Dumbarton free kick?
Aye.
I'll never know.
That's what, I think that was the question Sonks was asking there. So let's see what happens this time with the corner. Into the box it goes, into the mix it goes. Keeper gets a touch on it. Across to Payton, picks it up at the touchline. McManus was making the break. Oh, it's a flick on. Nobody there. Back out to Andy Stirling, who's waiting for it wide. It was telegraphed.
Pure pass by Stirling there.
See what Jinky can conjure up here. Far post is headed out. Burns trying to get to it, hooks it over his head, and Ramsbottom takes it under the crossbar quite comfortably. He's 6'3", no much danger there. Driving forward, sends it to Orr, who's come deep for it.
Burns is behind him if he sees him.
Drive, but
that's a waste.
Ambitious, worth a try. Puts it into the box to the far side, trying to find Burns this time, but a little bit ambitious. Oh, here's a speed pass from McAllister racing forward. Fancies his chances. But, oh, it's blocked. And somehow.
Brilliant from Greg Fleming. Brilliant. Personally, I'd prefer two, but one would be a start. Katongo aims it forward. Jones is onside. Sonker's goal side of him. Jones does brilliantly to get past Sonker. He can finish it here, and it's saved by Fleming's foot again. Here's Connor Duffy, and hesitation there shown by Stranraer. Gets back to McManus, lifts it to Orr, back at the foot of McManus, out wide to Burns. And Burns sends a blazing shot over the crossbar, angled. And Yates bundled off the ball there. Connor Duffy, Ross Forbes into the middle, and what a dreadful miss by Rabin Omar. Absolutely silver gilt chance, Brian Martin. Miller, Darrell Duffy, Miller has to go in first time, and it doesn't. And that's full time.
How much injury time is lad on?
He's paid 3 minutes injury time, which ties in with the substitutions, Brian. Full time at the C&G Systems Stadium. Dumbarton 1, Stranraer. Stranraer's season ends, Brian. Not going to ask your thoughts on the season, but your thoughts on tonight.
Disappointing first half, Lawrence. Much better second half. Rory Payton's penalty miss, you know, would have tied things up. Been very interesting if that had been, but didn't it? As the season finished, you know, on a disappointing end, I suppose.
Felt a bit flat end to the season, Mike. I didn't think Dumbarton were that fantastic, but they did what they needed.
As Brian said, the first half decided the issue. That was the problem. We weren't at the races in the first half. We were slow in the second to everything. Goal down at half time. We came back with the penalty chance. Rory was obviously put off by the nonsense with the referee trying to place the ball. That didn't help. But when you get a chance like that, you really got to take it in games like these, because goals are going to be few and far between. We didn't take it. We created some openings and we played some decent football in the second half. We took the game, control of the game, but we couldn't get that goal.
Hard to disagree with the guys here. That game was lost in the first half here at the C&G Systems Stadium tonight. Such a sad and flat end to the season, but ultimately the playoff semi-final is won by Dumbarton. Dumbarton 1, Stranraer 0. It will be League 2 football for Stranraer next season. Thanks for watching, folks.